What's going on, yo? No words. Because there's no words for this. I'm not even gonna say what's up, guy. Because I really don't understand what we just watched. Not only tonight, I don't understand what we watched these past two games. Um, I don't I don't get it. I mean, he just said it right off the bat. We could start many avenues. Celtics fans out there, I'll just start real quick. I don't think the series is over. It's a tough spot, dropping the first two at home. I'm not going to go ahead and say that we're dead, but it's pretty tough to feel confident about the Boston Celtics right now. And as Celtics fans and Celtics fans out there, the one person you should be looking at right now is Joe Mazzulla. There's there's a lot of, yes, the players have to make shots. I get that. Tatum had a dog water game tonight, and we'll roll.
Again.
You know, Jalen 17 in the first half, and then he disappeared in the second half. Derek White was literally the only one out there that knew what the fuck was going on. Drew Holiday had a decent game again, uh, but Joe Mazzulla, man, and the reason why I say Joe, and you allow this to happen. So you see game one. First of all, you allowed your team. We didn't even touch game one, so we haven't been on yet. But like, you allowed your team to shoot that many 3-pointers in a playoff game. You allowed your team to yet again shoot almost half, if not a little bit more than half, of what they did in game one. Because I didn't look at the final stat because I was literally too pissed off.
Um,
You, all right, you got it.
40.
40. So you shot, what was it, 65 in game one?
65, but they missed 30.
So something that didn't work in game one, you continue to let happen in game two. And I don't understand it.
Solely because this is what won you the championship last year, which is something that is starting to piss me off now. Like everybody is using that excuse, and it's just unacceptable. Now, it won us the championship last season. We are now 12 wins away from another finals championship, but this team hasn't been behind in a series since last year. Now they're down 0-2, completely lost,
They didn't
and
even
gave
trail
up.
last year. They were 1-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. They haven't trailed
yeah,
since they haven't trailed in a full until now.
yeah. Until the Miami game,
So
in
you
2023.
you lose to the New York Knicks. We're 0-14 this entire season. Went down 20. They're now 2-14.
With 2 wins against you
The
on your
team,
home floor.
the team that you swept
Yeah,
all year, 4 games,
yeah,
4-0. You let them
yep,
come into your crib
yep,
and get 2
yep.
wins while having a 20-point lead at some point in the game.
In both.
16-point lead in the fourth quarter.
No.
And
20-point lead in the second. 2 straight games. 2 straight playoff games. 2 straight playoff games that you had 20-point leads in the second half at home. You know it's bad, dude. You know it's bad when I'm watching the fucking game and they go up by 20 and I go, uh-oh. That's literally what I said to myself. I was like, uh-oh. We're down by 20. I mean, we're up by 20. I would almost rather us be down by 20.
the last 15 field goals, they missed 14 straight field goals. And look at this shit is fucking insane. And like I just like, okay, yes, the players 100% have to shoot and have to make the baskets, right? But at 8:40, with 8:40 left in the game, I'm pretty sure
Yeah, it was 8:40.
Oh, this is.
You talk about the amount of points that they had?
No, hold on. So at 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter, we were up 84-68. Peyton Pritchard hit a 3-pointer. Our next field goal wasn't until 18 seconds left, which was the Tatum dunk, which Jason Tatum, arguably top 3, most certainly top 5 players in all of the free world, goes coast to coast and gets a dunk within seconds. So it's not like, okay, it's like, okay, you certainly can do this. So it's like you're playing in our face. You get the ball inbounded to you at and score. It was 24 seconds. We called the timeout, and at 18.1, that's when you dunk the ball. You go coast to coast. Robinson's at the top of the key in the perimeter. You go coast to coast. You fly by everybody. You're one of the most, if not the most, unguardable. I'll give it to Shea in that argument. I'll give it to Joker. Obviously, I'll give it to Spider Mitchell.
But he's one of the most athletic players on the court at all
especially
times.
with his length, right? Especially with his length. Length. Pause. Like you just saw it with just that simple transaction, inbound, coast to coast, dunk. Garden goes wild. You can do that every possession, sir. Newsflash. You can do that every possession, especially with a team that is substituting their worst free throw shooter out, who has to, and they sub Cat because he's the better defender. So you have one 7-footer on the field, on the court, and he's in the perimeter, which is it just doesn't make any sense to me how like regular people, we're just guys who just call into the radio show and complain or fucking just watch these games.
Fans. We're just fans.
And like question these people that are multimillionaires in certain in these situations. And this is another big thing about Joe Mazzulla that I have a problem with. Just like game 1, I love Al. I love Al.
We all do.
But I'm proud of Al on the defensive side. But there are when it's crunch time, right? When it's crunch time, the past two games, I've been sitting here saying to myself, when we're on when we get when we're on our first defensive possession, after a go-ahead bucket by the
Mm-hmm.
Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a timeout, and I say to myself, okay, the defenders on the court have to be either Pritchard, Drew, White, Tatum, and Brown, or in this case tonight, I thought for sure that Porzingis should at least be in the game just for rebounding purposes.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong
Just
with him,
just
dude.
in that possession. But still Al is in the game. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, if Al gets switched on Brunson, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not concerned about him being able to shadow Brunson. That's not my issue. My issue is Brunson's going to either step back or or get Al a little up in the
He,
air, and he's not going to allow
yeah,
Brunson to land.
yeah. He's gonna
And
create a space.
but that's my issue with having Al in crunch time on defense. I
Mm-hmm.
love him to death. He's held his own the past two games, obviously, which makes me kind of contradict myself. But
But
in
even
real
so,
time, I'm
there's a
just like,
there's
okay,
a
Porzingis,
difference.
you need to have
Yep.
if Pritchard is getting screened, then I know that Derek White or excuse me, if Drew Holiday is getting screened, then I know Pritchard will be able to maneuver
To roll
himself,
off.
especially being a smaller defender.
Yep.
He can contest it,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not going to allow the foul. He's still going to be there to contest the shot. So I can live with that.
Yep.
But
I,
Al certainly can't. He can't keep up with him, and he has the ability. He doesn't have the control to stop
and
to not foul.
and I get it. Like he's the vet, and he's the one that's been through a million of these situations, and you want guys out there like that. But the Knicks, like you said, he's going to end up on Brunson somehow, some way. I, I just, I want to know. I really want to know. I want to understand the logic behind what goes on in Joe Mazzulla's head,
I mean,
because I don't understand it. And the Horford situation is a perfect call. I don't understand it. I don't understand what goes through that fucking guy's head. You don't call timeout.
like
Uh,
he's.
like you can't
I
keep doing this in the play. You can't play fucking games in the playoffs, buddy. You're now two losses away from being eliminated. The defending champion Boston Celtics are now two games away from being eliminated by the New York Knicks in the second round.
in this
When
fashion,
you
it's not like
lost the way you did, two straight home games to start the fucking series, up 20 points. So I don't want to hear anybody say anything about the Knicks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You went up 20 points both games. There's nothing the Knicks are doing special. In the beginning of the game, the Knicks weren't hitting anything. The fucking problem was neither were we. The score was 24-13 at the end of the first quarter. You don't have your guy like Missoula go. You don't have your guys ready to go tonight after doing that, after pulling that shit in game one, after shitting down your leg, embarrassing yourself, all shriveled up in game one in front of your home crowd. You don't have your guys ready to go tonight. They come out and they keep shooting bricks in the first quarter. Tatum is nowhere to be found. Jalen was there in the first, like we said, in the first half. Derek
but
White was
and I hate to be nitpicky, but like even JB in the first half, right? Like yes, like he was attacking, but what the fuck is up? Number one, what the like? I don't understand how how he's missing free throws. Number
he's because
one,
he
like
sucks at free throws.
I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like dog, everybody sees you working out.
Mm-hmm.
You you're the bash brother of this team.
Mm-hmm.
You're a top 15 player in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he whether he doesn't become one this season or not due to games played,
However,
everybody fucking
yeah.
knows that JB is a top 15 player in
Mm-hmm.
the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But you're consistently missing free throws. And
Mm-hmm.
like I call me a nerd, but it's like when you're missing free throws in the first quarter,
Yeah.
in the
Annoying.
second quarter, in the third quarter, I'm saying to myself like I'm just looking at the points and we lost by one. So now I'm saying to myself, yeah, well, like if you fucking hit your free throws,
Just two.
like 12 for 15,
Two. Two
12
fucking
for
free throws.
15.
Yep.
And and
But
and still on the topic of JB,
sure.
yes, you attacked number one, missing free throws still. Number two,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck is this shit you fading away from the basket?
He's doing that.
Like
The first. Oh,
like your mid-range game is good, bro. Like what are you doing? Like
he's.
it's almost like he gets to his spot and then he just forgets.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the Celtics are legitimately playing like the like the fucking aliens took all of their juice and power,
This is
like
like
Space
Space
Jam.
Jam
Like
reversed. Yep.
watching them play, it's fucking unreal.
It's
There's
nauseating. I literally got nauseous watching them play tonight.
it's
I almost
it it
wanted to
it
throw up.
it makes me sick to my stomach. Watch it like the past two games. I'm literally like, I just I have like no
Mm-hmm.
words because I'm just this normal dude who's just watching these fucking the NBA, the best team in the fucking history of the NBA, the best team assembled in the entire association, and they play like dog shit. Like I've never seen
They're
anything
they're playing
worse.
like pussies. That's what they're
I've
doing.
never seen worse basketball played up until these last two games in my life. Like there
I
are
don't.
shitty teams like the Pistons last year. The
Mm-hmm.
Pistons blew dick last year. The
Mm-hmm.
Rockets blew dick. But like
Mm-hmm.
there was a level of excitement that those teams brought that it's
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, like if they just had like just a little
Just
bit
that.
more.
Or that one
And one
guy.
season removed, they're both in a place that nobody would have bet in a million years they'd be.
And I thought
And
the
it's like,
Pistons were going to take the Knicks to Game 7. So
exactly. Like
and Houston took Golden State
to game seven.
to say Game 7. All I want to say too, if we're on Houston real quick, everybody out there, we put up a poll. I don't know when I was after actually it was after Houston beat the Celtics this year
Yeah.
at the Garden, where correct me if I'm wrong, we blew another double digit lead at home to lose the fucking game. So this isn't anything new. We put out a poll and we asked everybody out there, who would you rather have, Ime Udoka or Joe Mazzulla? And I was sick when I saw the results of that poll because it was strongly in favor of Joe Mazzulla.
Joe Mazzulla fits the part very well. He's a New England guy, Rhode Island, born and raised, recruited by one of the best college ba- uh, college basketball coaches in the history of the game. Tough, hard nosed. I mean, Joe Mazzulla
Psychopath.
beat Joe Mazzulla beat Kentucky, John Wall,
Mm-hmm.
DeMarcus Cousins
Mm-hmm.
in the
I know. I
tournament.
remember watching it. I remember
So
watching it.
like he
But
says
you could be a good player.
he says all the right things, which in New England can get you places. But he and this is what I hate about numbers. I hate when I argue, but when I argue sports, period, I'm not really into like I don't really bring up analytics. I'm more of an eye test guy,
I
right?
am too.
And because I watch the games thoroughly,
And you played them, so
I
you
and
know.
I'm back. I back my arguments up with legitimate. I feel like my sports arguments are legitimate.
Yeah.
Joe Mazzulla is a nerd. He got the job basically because Tatum wanted. Obviously, you want your starter to get
Mhm.
your star to get the guy that he wanted. Cool,
Yeah.
no problem. But when it comes to X's and O's, and game one and
Mhm.
game two is a perfect
Game
example.
management.
But tonight was full. But like, if nobody, if somebody that's a Joe Mazzulla fan doesn't agree with me,
Mhm.
game one,
Mhm.
there was a we had a timeout, and
I don't
the
understand
last
the shit.
play of the
I
game
don't.
was an inbound. We had zero production on the last three, maybe four inbounds plays or
And
side out
he's
plays,
he's. I'll give him credit. He's usually good at those. Usually.
non-exist. Who the fuck drew that play up? Right in game one. Now
No,
game two,
no idea.
one down 1 point, one possession, 1 point game.
Hmm.
Jalen Brunson hits two free throws, you go up
Yep.
91-90.
Yep.
There's 12 seconds left in the game, 12.4 if I'm not mistaken. You have the one player in the entire association that has the most game-winning or go-ahead buckets with 22 since he's been in the league in Jason Tatum. You have a timeout,
But you just refuse to
but you
fucking use it.
don't call it. On a night where your star player
Stinks.
is shitting the bed,
Stinks.
and it's like all of the shit that people talk about Tatum. It's like, dog, like what is going on? Like
He was
I
missing
can't I,
layups.
I can't
Like I don't.
argue. I can't
No.
I can't. I have you. You're giving me
Nope. Nope.
no ground to walk
Nope.
on, bro. Like
Nope.
I defend you as much as I possibly can, but you got to do what you need to do to get these people to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And these past two games, you have not. You have people that continuously think that Jaylen Brown is Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You have shooting performances
Well,
like this, and
Batman went
it's
away tonight.
of course he went away, but it's
17 points, dude. 17 points in the first half. So you think he would drop at least 10 in the second? He had
he hit that
this
three.
many. He had this
Yeah,
many.
he hit that three, and that was it.
3 points in the second half from Jaylen Brown. Three.
But to my point, you don't call the timeout when you have Jason Tatum on your team, who is
But
built for that
but it's
moment.
because there's nothing
You
here.
don't have you can't you don't know what to
No.
do. You don't know what play to
Nope.
call. You don't know what play to
Nope.
draw up. You don't have nothing up your
Nope.
sleeve.
Because you're not fit for the job.
Pritchard Pritchard doesn't get subbed into the game. You call a timeout there. You have your original. You can take out. You don't need Drew in on that moment. You have Pritchard in the
Hmm.
game. You have a ball handler,
Hmm.
the sixth man of the year hasn't sniffed the final 2 minutes of each of these last two playoff
Yep.
games on either side,
Because he's
on either side of the court, defensively or offensively. There that is a big
yep.
problem. I don't know what the fuck is up with Porzingis.
I don't know
I've
either.
been calling it pussyitis. He did his thing. He had 8 points coming in.
Hmm.
He's clearly okay
He played
if
in the
you're
second
able to do
half, and
that.
he was
And
fine.
then You call a timeout there. You got Porzingis in the game, a mismatch nightmare and a shooter. Tatum in the game, mismatch nightmare and a shooter. You have JB who
Yep.
had the hot hand.
Yep.
You got Derek White, and you have Peyton Pritchard.
Yep.
Any one of those players
Yep.
taking that last shot or trying to get a go-ahead bucket, nobody would be upset about that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is upset with the fact that the outcome was what it was. You
Mm-hmm.
spent 12 seconds on a possession
Yep.
that ended up in a turnover.
What would have been better, like if anybody wants to rebuttal against what we've said about calling the timeout, my one thing to you is I understand the mentality of just rolling with it because you do have Tatum and Brown. But on a night, especially on a night when the both of them can't find the bottom of the fucking hoop,
The team.
the
It's not
team
even
can't.
just them. The
Right.
team. The
On
entire
that's
14.
it. That's it. You got it. The
One
team.
of 15 one of 15 field goals
Yep.
made, which was a dunk in the
With
final
18
eight
seconds
minutes.
to go.
In the final 8 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
not we couldn't buy a bucket to
Think
save our. Even when the
about that.
defense collapsed, yeah, like everybody's talking about the threes, and I texted you
Yep.
this. Even when like it's a shitty night when the entire defense is collapsed and you're swinging out to a wide open three,
Yep.
and they're fucking
Yep.
clanking.
So on a night where they clank, don't you think it's better to call a fucking timeout and figure
Strategize.
shit out? Maybe the ball. Hey, hey, wild fucking thought. All right, wild fucking thought. Your best player, plural, suck tonight. Who really had the hot hand tonight? It's Derek White.
I'll even
Or
go as far as saying second in line is Pritchard.
that was going to be my second too. I understand it's the playoffs, but they didn't even. The ball never sniffed the hoop. Tatum, his brain. I don't know what happened. I think he malfunctioned. Like I think I don't understand it. Maybe the universe like fucking electrocuted him. I don't understand what happened on that play. You dribble basketball 101. What is even in SYL? Even in SYL, we were taught this rule. What is the one thing when you have the ball that you don't fucking do?
Dribble to the corner.
Dribble to the fucking corner.
You
Why?
have because in reality, in theory, you're getting triple teamed.
What did
Which
Tatum do tonight? And what happened tonight? It's like It's like they forget how simple the fucking game
you
is.
know what basketball needs? Basketball needs errors as a stat, like
Yeah,
baseball.
sure.
Look at
I'm down for that.
on ESPN, right? It
Yeah.
says that final possession.
Yep.
It says
Oh,
it says Jason Tatum 2 minutes and 2.1 seconds. Jason Tatum bad pass.
error.
Bridges steal.
Hmm.
Mind you,
Which Bridges, man, stepped up on their side. I got to give him
it's like
flowers tonight.
it's like as a Celtic
Hmm.
watching his performance in the fourth quarter after having a shit night,
Like
being Tatum,
yep,
being Brown.
yep, yep. Like the ball has to find the hot hand. I'm sorry, and if that's not Tatum or Brown, then it's fucking so be it. What was the one thing that won the '08 team the title? What was the besides obviously the fucking obvious was the big three. What was the one outlier that really contributed to that banner being dropped?
The role players?
The role players. Thank you. The James Posies.
Eddie
The
House.
Eddie Houses. The PJ Brown who won you that Cavs game. People forget they were almost lost that fucking game. We almost didn't have banner 17. But PJ Brown hit a huge fucking shot at the end of that game. Even Scal was part of that run. There was role player played a part somehow, some fucking way in the playoffs.
And not only does the ball have to find look at what that did to Bridges. He
Mm-hmm.
ended up making the final play to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's so locked in
Mm-hmm.
instead of succumbing to his misses or his
Also, yeah.
percentage.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I'm guarding Tatum. Yeah. He dribbled to a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Flustered. I steal the ball and I throw the ball in the fucking air with and let the clock run in the garden.
Yep.
Because we're going back to my garden now.
Yep.
I just came here 2-0, smoked y'all.
I grabbed your flowers in your garden and I pissed all over them. And now I'm going back to mine.
This shit is
It
so fucking
it
ridiculous,
wasn't
bro.
even
I
defense. I can't even hit the defense tonight because we gave up 91 fucking points. But
and not to, and to your point, the the game was fairly matched.
yeah.
The only difference with the turnovers
Mm-hmm.
was the Knicks capitalized.
And,
The Celtics looked like shit when
yep.
they turned the ball over,
Yep.
right? They looked like shit on the offensive side when
And
they
it's
turned the
just
ball over.
it's
And then it
gross.
resulted into 25 points off turnovers for the Knicks. Thibodeau,
Yeah.
phenomenal coach.
Yep.
Probably more than likely a Hall of Fame coach. Just based off of his mentality and his his
If he
his
wins this series,
strategy, his strategies,
mm-hmm.
the what he did with the
Yep.
Bulls. What first of all, what he did as
The assistant with
an
the
assistant
Celtics.
here,
Yeah.
what he did with the Bulls,
Mm-hmm.
what he did with the Wolves, what he's done
Yeah.
with the Knicks.
They these and again with the defense is but you let up 30 points in the fourth quarter,
Unacceptable.
which
After they finished with 12 in the first,
yeah,
13 in the first fucking
you
quarter.
let up 30 fucking points in the fourth quarter. So the defense shit your pants down the stretch. But to point out one thing, and it's not me trying to harp on the dude because I don't, you know, it's Jalen that I'm gonna poke at right here. Pause. But on the last possession, when Brunson broke away for a split second, what are you doing? Try to reach for the fucking ball. You are Brunson's here, and you're what? At least two sneaker lengths away from him. What do you? I get it. You're trying to make a play, and you try, but instead of trying to reach for the fucking ball and try to knock it away, which you had probably 0.00001 chance of fucking doing, let him go up for the shot and contest the shot. Or if you do foul him on the shot, knock him on his ass. That the cobwebs get a little fucked up. He steps to the line. He's a little woozy. The stupidity, the mental, the mental errors that this team makes are unbelievable. Like I just don't understand it. And was I expecting this? No, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised we're watching what we're watching.
You know what pissed me off too.
It's
Th-
ridiculous.
this
It's
this also pissed me off too, and this is me coming at Joe Mazzulla again. In the third
oh,
quarter, in the
trust
third
me.
quarter,
So did
in
I.
in the
He's
third
no. He's got a big old X. He's no. He got thrown off the duck
in
boat.
the third quarter, we were up with a minute and 29 seconds left. We were up 73-58.
Mm-hmm.
We fouled uh, Robinson
Mm-hmm.
on purpose. Hacker Robinson,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then it
I
was
hate.
then it resulted in a three.
I hated that.
No, excuse me. Bridges made that dunk.
Yeah.
Porzingis got the charge,
Mm-hmm.
which I I don't understand. Like you, then he turned it over.
Mm-hmm.
Then we fouled Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no. Take foul on Porzingis. Josh Hart hits a three. Then
Mm-hmm.
we hack a Robinson.
That drove me nuts.
And instead of doing it again, they like the point of the hacker Robinson is because you have fouls to give. You foul him,
But that drives me nuts.
you foul him, and then you don't foul him again. The very next possession foul. Okay, side out,
Mm-hmm.
side out. Bridges hits another three. 6 points. 61-73 now.
Mm-hmm.
A 6 point swing in 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you going to strategize to foul him if you're not going to foul him again immediately?
Also, the Haka Robinson thing, I I don't like it because you're giving fouls away.
And
I get
you're
I get the guy
allowing.
stinks, but you're giving fouls away, and it's a foul that's going to come back to bite you at the end of the game. That
Absolutely.
could that could
Because
because like
in retrospect, you're allowing a team to attempt to score
mhm,
that's down with the
mhm.
clock stopped.
But you're also, like I said, you're giving away fouls. What are we doing? We can do this in the regular season against the fucking good now. We can do this in the regular season against the Hornets, or like we could do this. We can fuck around like this when the games aren't as crucial as playoff games. But what are we doing? You don't trust your defense to just stop them?
Especially when you're down with Porzingis having this pussyitis.
Like, I don't get it. And yes, by the way, Brian, yes, it was Drew, not Jalen. I probably was thinking of another play. But yeah,
Yes, it was Drew.
it was Drew.
Yes.
It wasn't
When you
Jalen.
were talking about it, I was like, I think he's talking about Drew.
It
But
was Drew.
yeah,
The wrong
because
J. Excuse me, sorry, Jalen.
in Drew's genius in defense,
Mm-hmm.
right? The foul that he so what I when they played it in slow
Yeah.
motion, I kind of understood why he did it because Jalen Brunson's a lefty, but he's so crafty that Drew swiped went up to try and because
Yeah.
obviously if the ball gets switched,
Yeah.
it'll be that's a potential turnover.
So I don't. I
I
just
didn't I
the
didn't
last
like it, but
possession.
once I didn't like it
Yeah.
as well. I agree, you're correct,
Hmm.
but when I saw the slow mo,
Well,
I'm like, okay, I saw exactly what he was doing. He's a
what
fucking
happened
idiot.
was, honestly, I'll replay the fucking that play. I literally saw it, so I didn't even honestly recognize who it was. The reason why I thought it was Jalen is because when the foul got called, I literally went like that. I was just like, what the fuck? And when I turned back to the TV, they were like zoomed in on Jalen's face. So I was like, I'm assuming is that, and I didn't even bother obviously looking back. It was just, so yes, it was Drew Holiday. My apologies, Jaylen Brown. But still, stupid foul. Like, don't reach for the fucking ball. Just play fucking defense.
It's
You're
a
the
one.
Boston Celtics, and they're the New York Knicks. If you're telling me that you can't stop them on one possession to win the fucking game after you play, and I would have given them credit if they if they won tonight, it would have killed me to do it because I didn't want to, but they would have won. And in the playoffs, that's all that matters is the W at the end of the night. But the fact that you lost this game, the fact that you blew two straight 20-point leads in the second half, the fact that your star players disappeared both games during clutch time, and I'm not even counting Tatum's dunk because it's just, you could have been doing that all night, buddy. That's
36%.
that's
36%.
disgusting.
34 of 94 as a team. 10 for 40 from the 3-point line.
You say 34 of
Thankfully,
94?
34 of 94, yeah. Field goals. Thankfully, thankfully the Knicks had such a shitty game because
Yeah, you could have got blown out.
they like the Knicks. This game is so close. Like this is like the closest like 1 point advantage I've ever seen. 37 of 86 to 34-94. 43% to 36%. 9 for 31 from 3. 10 for 40. 29 to 25%. Free throws 8 for 10. 12 for 15. 80%. Both. 46 rebounds, 51 rebounds. We had that advantage. They game one, this dude Josh Hart was all over the offensive boards. Today we had
He had a
the
good game
advantage
tonight.
by 6. But the difference is
Coaching.
25 points off of turnovers.
The difference is coaching. Yeah, and when you talk about the
Yeah,
game,
the
yes,
game.
but the difference is
Yeah,
fucking
of
coaching.
course,
The
coaching. Yeah, but
the guy, it just, so I'm trying to, so in the
largest
last
lead,
two, huh?
largest lead, 3 points for the Knicks to our
That
20.
makes me feel so much better. The Boston Celtics. All right, you ready? In the past two games,
Oh, don't
yours,
do it.
yours, mine, and everybody out there's Boston fucking Celtics. Joe Mazzulla's Boston Celtics. Do you want to know?
It's gonna make me sick, bro.
Or just make sure I got it right. I'm not seeing things yet. No, I'm not seeing things. 25 for 100 from 3. The Boston Celtics have taken 100 3-point shots. I'm not kidding. They've taken 100 3-point shots in 2 games in a row. And they've made 25 of them. That right there is why you're down 0-2.
It's demoralizing.
Do you understand how bad that is? Like, bad to the point where
It's
it's
not.
like,
It's not. It's not entertaining.
how did we get here?
There's
Like,
nothing.
I I don't. It's not. You're right. It's not entertaining. It doesn't make me want to watch the game
At
on Saturday.
all, bro. At
Am
all.
I? Of
At
course.
all.
but you know that the fire that you get before a game and you get hyped up, and like for me, I literally play a couple like Irish songs, like the Dropkicks will play a couple of theirs, ones that people don't know, not the shipping up to Boston or all that shit. Like out of our heads, I'll play that song, like the ones I posted
Yeah.
on our things. I'll just that Irish, get that Irish feel, like let's go, like pump yourself up and fucking let's do this tonight. I don't want to fucking do that on Saturday. Saturday, I just want to be like, all right, there you go. Let's watch this. Let's see what happens.
I
Like
th-
they've,
I thought the Celtics were going to win 4 games straight.
I said five for this one. Gentlemen's, another gentleman's.
Exactly. I thought
Oh,
that I thought that
you mean like four after
yeah,
game one just
yeah,
happened?
yeah.
Okay,
After game one,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, because
That New York got their one.
they set yet another record this season for attempted threes, but
60,
this one was just in the playoffs, same season, but
15
so
60, dude. It's 15 of 60 and 10 of 40. 43-point shots they shot tonight. 40
there's
times the ball left somebody's fucking hands beyond the 3-point mark for the Boston Celtics, and only 10 of them went in the fucking hoop.
there's instances in the game where they're taking like game one. What did I say? That third quarter,
Mm-hmm.
there was
75
eight straight.
to 55.
There was 8 straight threes, and then an Al Horford dunk,
Mm-hmm.
and then 12 more
Mm-hmm.
attempted threes,
Mm-hmm.
and they were. I had it written down, but so that's 27 threes they took in the third quarter, and they made 6. But the final 18 shots, what
When
were
uh,
all 3-pointers except for a dunk.
when they were up, when the Knicks were starting to come back, I literally was like, oh, okay. So the fact that they're starting to come back, the fact that Brunson's kind of hitting shots, the fact Hart was shooting, Bridges kept hitting shots, I was like, all right, maybe being up by 12 or then 8, maybe now it's the time to wake up and just be like, okay, let's get the ball to the basket, let's get it in the paint, let's create better shots for ourselves, and let's score. So let's at least respond. So what if New York's hitting fucking 3-pointers? Who cares? As long as you're scoring on your end.
How does
But
this?
no,
How does this? How does this team wake up?
I don't know.
Like it's a legitimate. I feel like that is a legitimate question
They
to
don't
ask
have
because
somebody in that locker room to wake them up.
because
Because, and the only reason why I fucking say that is because he didn't have them ready to go tonight. They
exactly.
came out of the gate, game two, not ready to go. It felt like they were still like just they just played game
It felt
one and we're just going right
like
into game two.
it felt like a brief intermission.
The hangover.
Yeah.
They had like a real hangover. Yeah, or yeah. It felt
Mm.
like we went from the end of game one. Yeah, the guys come out with the fucking mops on the court, clean the parquet a little bit, and then they just start game two, change your jerseys.
Like even when Tatum was like
They just sucked.
even when Tatum hit that three, right, and they zoomed in on him, and he was like, about time, about damn time, or about fucking time. But I'm saying to myself, like, who gives a fuck?
Just drive the ball.
Just keep,
What?
like, do you know who you are?
That's what drove me nuts. You just hit it right there. Is when he says about time. That means right there that what's going on in that huddle is Missoula is going. Just keep shooting. They're gonna fall.
That's it.
Just keep shooting.
That's
Just keep
it.
shooting. Just
They're
keep
gonna
shooting.
fall.
Just keep
They're gonna
shooting.
fall.
Just keep shooting.
Don't
Just
worry
keep
about it.
shooting.
They're gonna fall. They're gonna fall
Are
because
you fucking kidding me? Just
he
keep shooting. That's all they did at the end of the game. They just kept chucking it up. You see the lead. You see the fucking lead go from 20 to 16 to 12 to 8. And instead of trying to either call a timeout to draw up a play or to just settle them the fuck down, be like, guys, whoa, relax. We're still up by 10 or 12. It was like 74 to 62 when I was like, uh-oh. No, we're just going to keep letting it go. And go keep shooting. Go keep shooting. Keep shooting. They're going to fall. They're going to fall. They're going to fall. Guess what? The second straight fucking game, they didn't fucking fall. And you're down 0-2. But the thing, again, the whole point is what drove me nuts was that's exactly what they were fucking doing. They kept shooting threes when they knew they weren't going in. So for Tatum to say about damn time after he missed his fucking 10th, stop it. Stop shooting fucking threes. Just stop it. I literally took my fucking hat and I was like, I literally threw it across the fucking room. I was like, what are we doing? I can't watch this. I can't.
It's
I can't fucking watch it. I can't stomach watching this team just have their own 3-point contest for 4 fucking quarters of basketball every single goddamn night. It's nauseating. It's so frustrating. It fucking eats at you. And what's worse is I know that fucking idiot on the sideline is sitting there going, just keep shooting. Come on, just gotta keep shooting. Gotta keep shooting. Like
he
I
it's
I texted my buddy Brian. I think he's still in here. I was like, "Can we make a coaching change mid-series? Because that's what they need. The talent is there. There's no excuses. The talent is on the floor. I don't care if Porzingis is shitting his pants every fucking game. Put a suppository up your ass. Take some Imodium, or whatever the fuck it is, to block everything up. If you're shitting yourself, or if it's our upper respiratory, listen. You didn't look that fucking bad in the second half, buddy. You
scored
didn't look
eight
like you were.
straight points.
You didn't look like you were really. Yeah, and if you are, if there is something wrong with you, I'm sorry, but then you shouldn't fucking be out there.
That's the thing, right? Game one, the biggest, one of the biggest things going into the series was nobody's on the injury report. Nobody's on the injury report.
Well, guess
Okay,
fucking what?
almost immediately, Porzingis looks sluggish. He's 0 for 4,
Yep.
played 13 minutes. He's out of the
Yep.
game. Huh. That seems like that's something the NBA is about to investigate. And then,
All of a sudden,
and then game two rolls around. Oh, KP's illness. He's
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 gonna come off the bench.
he's good. He's cleared. KP's gonna give it a go. Okay, cool. Same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bring a spark until later on. But it's like, okay, dude, like, are you in this shit or are you out? Like, do you know?
Like you guys haven't lost
Oh my,
as
it makes me
the
so fucking angry because like it's just like the shit that the players in the NBA nowadays that they're succumbing to is just like it just makes me sick to my stomach. Like Porzingis, do you know who played in this for this team
yeah.
and
You can
did what
even say
they
the arena for a little bit, but
do?
yeah, go.
Do you know who sacrificed what to give all everything they fucking had
Mm-hmm.
to 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 play to play
Larry
to
Bird.
play to play?
Larry
Let
Bird.
alone
Yeah,
let,
go. Sorry.
like
Yeah.
you have motherfuckers that Kevin McHale
Mm-hmm.
broken foot
Mm-hmm.
Owen.
Larry Bird smashed his, and this, we all see it, smashed his face off the court, going for a loose ball. Went to the locker room and came right the fuck back. It's because the NBA is soft now. We've said it multiple times. I just can't stand the fact that this team, the ones that were supposed to crush all that, put all that in the back, potentially are going to be knocked out in the second round. I'm not saying it's over, and I want to get to the question too. The the last one because I like it. The fact that this team is down 0-2 and is on the brink of playing in a game that could put them on the brink of elimination to the New York fucking Knicks when you were up 20 points in each fucking game. This smells like the Eastern Conference Finals in 23.
Absolutely.
And
This is
we all know how that ended.
the basketball that they're playing.
You know what?
Is
And if it is going down that road, listen, if this team is going to lose this series, you heard it here first. I want them to get swept.
absolutely.
I want them to be embarrassed. Because how fucking listen, how
This,
fucking dare you? You have the audacity to put on that fucking uniform, to walk into the garden, walk onto that court, and play like that in the playoffs in front of the well, I don't know who's getting into playoff games nowadays because of how fucking expensive they are. But for the people that are in there that live, breathe, shit Celtics, you put on a show like that. People spend their hard-earned fucking money to come see you play, and you do that not once, 2 games in a row.
I don't even want to hear like anybody in a press conference. I don't give a fuck what any of
I
them
didn't.
guys
I
say.
usually watch the post game. I usually like catch up on that and be like, all right, what did this dude say? Where that
I
dude?
don't give
I don't want to
a
hear it.
fuck about what
I
any of
don't
them got
care.
to say. I don't give a fuck about what Joe. Like I don't even want to hear like what he has to say about not calling a
And
timeout
wait a
here
minute.
because
And speaking of that, no, go ahead. Yeah, the timeout. Yep. And the
just
question,
like
his inability to draw up a play, because like we touched on a little while ago, we kind of
yeah,
answered
well,
the
we,
question
we
already. But
you know we yes
but
we did have we did have a timeout to give, but given the circumstances, you know 12 seconds left. I feel like we had enough time, and
you're forgetting this.
JT. It's like,
Like,
bro, enough with the fucking big words,
yeah,
bro. Enough with
enough with
the
the antics.
analytics.
And
Enough with the
exactly.
bullshit.
Yep.
Like
Cut the shit. Listen.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. What the fuck are Sam Cassell is has been a front runner for an NBA head coaching job for years.
Give me Sam
What
Cassell.
there's absolutely nothing wrong with being like, okay, what did what what did Phil draw up for Mike during this time?
Hmm.
Like what happened with what did they call what was the play that they drew up for Robert Horry when you guys went back to back? Like what do you
Mm-hmm.
what would you call or draw up right here? 12 seconds. It's kind of a lot to work with.
Because he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't know what to do.
Like
He's got
12
no
seconds.
fucking clue.
12
Because if
seconds.
I
Okay, cool. I got a timeout
listen,
to give. I'm
do you
not
think Doc
advancing
Rivers
the
would have called
ball.
that? Do you think Doc Rivers would have called that timeout?
Even if he didn't call it right away, you at least get it over half court, kill
Burn
about
it.
6 seconds.
Burn it.
Bet.
Or you get yourself into a situation like Tatum did, and if I know again, it's spur of the moment. Your mind is racing a million miles a minute, and we've been in those situations with having the ball, the game-winning shot. Obviously not under the fucking garden lights, but we've been in those situations playing basketball. But if anything, you you dribble to the corner, which you're not supposed to fucking do, but you recognize that there was still time on the clock. Like you said, he threw the ball up in the air with 2.1 seconds to go. Call a timeout. If you feel yourself like you're getting in trouble, or if you hold the ball, just real quick, time up, time. The Boston Celtics are so discombobulated right now. Again, I don't think it's over. I do think they go to New York and they take one. I don't know if they take two because I don't think they have the balls to do it. Show me. Prove me
yeah. I
wrong
mean,
on Saturday.
I don't know what it
I don't know what's going to take to wake up this team. I
yeah.
don't.
There's a lot of faith that has been stripped away,
Mm-hmm.
not by the New York Knicks,
No,
but
the Knicks have done nothing.
by the Boston Celtics. It's like, fellas,
No,
this team was 0-14 throughout the entire season when down 20 points at any point of
not
all
anymore.
the games. They're now 2-14, and those two games are
In your house.
in the fucking playoffs, second round. Like that's like the beginning of a Cinderella story.
I hope,
Like
man.
how far do the Knicks actually go? Especially
If they get by us,
especially with Indiana going up 2-0 in Cleveland
I
in the
think
fashion that they've went. And it's like and I'm not by any means saying that the series is over.
no.
But if you would I like I said, I wholeheartedly believed after that bum ass performance game 1 that the Celtics were gonna win
That's the
4 straight
problem,
games.
too. That's the problem right there. It wasn't even a total bum ass performance. Game one. Game two was. I didn't understand how they were up double digits tonight because it didn't feel like they were making shots. It didn't feel like they were up. You know what I mean? Like they didn't
But
have
that's what
that.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Tonight.
thankfully the Knicks also
Yeah.
shit the bed.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, it would have been a complete fucking one-sided affair, which would have been
16
better.
there we had one more turnover than them.
Yep.
They
I just
had 11 points more off turnovers. 11.
the fact too. Listen, I know you're not supposed to, in the playoffs. The defense collapses and it gets tighter. Pause. But you scored 90 points. You scored 90 fucking points, and you had how many with 8:40 to go? You scored 6 points in the final 8:40, I think it was, if not less. That is that is just unfathomable. It's
No, the final 840 of this game?
yeah. What was it?
2.
Two? Was it just it was Tatum's
It was
right?
just
Okay.
Tatum's dunk.
I was trying to replay that in my head. Like, wait a minute, it was just Tatum's basket
That
because they didn't
was
fucking
it.
score after that. So
It
yeah, so you
was
scored with 8:40
they
to
were 1
go.
for 14 in the final 8 minutes of the game, we'll call it.
Mhm.
Field goals wise.
You
1 for 14. Let's see. 1 for 14 field goals in the fourth quarter, right? Let, let's see. Yeah, I was just gonna say the OKC is dog walking Denver, by the way.
I have
Um,
it up too. Yeah.
but 840. That was when Pritchard hit that 3 at 840.
Yep.
Let's see.
It was 88. I feel like they.
1,
I
no,
feel like they scored. They hit
1,
free throws
2.
again. That's how
No, they
much I'm
did.
trying to.
I'm just talking about strictly. I'm talking about strictly
Field
field goals.
goals. Field goals. Okay.
2, 3,
All right. So with 8:40 to go,
4,
they had 84 points. So they did. So 6 points. You scored 6 points in the final 8:40. After 8:40, excuse me.
6,
That's inexcusable.
7.
Inexcusable. At home. You had 50 points. When's the last time the Celtics had 50 points at the half and they ended with 90? Besides games that didn't matter. Like, I,
In that, within that 8 minutes, and in this exact time that that 6 points with those free throws and that
Yep.
dunk by Tatum
Yep.
with, from 8 minutes and 40 seconds to
I'm not gonna want to hear this.
the the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
That final 8 minutes, the Celtics in those in that time frame they shot 7 threes, missed all of them. 7 threes in those 8 minutes. Even with that Tatum dunk and those free throws, they were 1 for 14 in the last. Okay, so think about that, right? 1 for 14 for in the final 8 minutes and 40 seconds left, field goals wise.
Mm-hmm.
What's half of 14?
7.
7 of those shots were 3 fucking point shots.
Oh.
This is where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is legitimately where this Celtics team is at.
That's the
Like,
mentality,
but
and that's what tells you right there.
and like, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, live by the three, die by the three." Like, buddy,
No,
listen.
no,
Okay, that
no.
that was cute in the fucking regular season when the Celtics finished 61-21. But this is the fucking playoffs.
28
This
and
is
13.
where this is where we're and shout out to the refs, right?
They let
Shout out to the refs.
them play tonight. They let them
Shout
play
out to the
tonight.
refs for letting them play, because this could have been a shit
Mm-hmm.
show as far as free throws,
Mm-hmm.
and this game probably would still be on right now if they called every
Oh,
fucking foul.
most
But
likely.
it's and they weren't both ways too. It's not like, it was evenly matched as far as field goals. They
Yeah,
were free throws. They were letting them
they
play, and
were.
fouls.
They were. You know what I need though? I'm thinking after all this, I need that Barstool, Portnoy, Prez, somebody at Barstool. Watch this. See it. I need a green shirt like the Kyrie one, but I need Missoula's face with the clown nose. I need it. I need it in my life because this clown. That's exactly what he fucking is. He's a clown. This clown is preventing our Boston Celtics from dropping another banner. Plain and fucking simple. There is no way. I would say different if we were down 20. If we were getting our balls kicked in these games.
Of course.
I would have a completely different. I would put it mostly on the players. When you get up by 20 points and you blow not one but two straight, that's up here, buddy. That's all up here. That's mental.
The,
That's because your fucking coach doesn't have you ready. That's
the,
because you have no fucking clue what to do when you get up. That's because you take your fucking foot off the pedal. When you have a team down by 20 in the fucking playoffs at home in Boston of all fucking places, you just
stomp
you
them.
you
You stomp them the
fucking
fuck
crush
out.
them.
You stomp them
You
the fuck out,
you
bro.
beat this team by 40. And I know easier said than done. But why all of a sudden? What happened? That's my question. That's what I would ask Missoula. Joe, what the fuck happened? You were up by 20. You had them dead to rights. What happened? And don't give me the bullshit that there's the NBA. Things
Oh,
can
we,
happen.
oh, we
No,
shot
no, no,
we,
no, 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 no,
we
no,
shot
no.
a lot of threes and we
No,
missed.
no, 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 no. You don't get to say that. You don't get to use that excuse. But what the fuck happened? What did you do in that fucking huddle to get them ready to go back out there?
I've said this before. I've got a lot of shit for it from the
Nothing.
from these diehard Celtics fans. I, I don't know what it is. I mean, the fact of the matter is the Celtics' identity is
Gone.
live and die by the three, and that is their only identity.
Yep.
I say that while saying we have absolutely no way of winning games if the 3-point shot
Doesn't go
isn't
down. Yep.
because we don't have a coach that
Mm-hmm.
is an X's and O's guy
Mm-mm.
that can legitimately control tempo.
He
We control tempo and momentum by draining threes and sucking the life out of our opponent.
he's got no clue.
The the fact of the matter is there's now been multiple games where the Celtics are in question because of their 3-point shooting or their lack thereof,
Mm-hmm.
and there's only one common denominator. Joe Mazzulla's success is only as good as the Celtics' 3-point percentage.
That's Missoula ball.
It, and it's yeah, he says all the right things.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up guy. He's an amazing guy, but he
Good for
is a
him.
fucking terrible coach. Like Ime had the same team.
Yeah. Well,
Get like obviously granted, but like
yeah, Marcus Smart and then not Tingus. But yeah, but you had the Jays.
you got you got you got ball players that like can shoot the ball.
You had a team that had a very good chance of winning the title that year. And again, people would
You
say,
were a
"Whoa,
favorite.
Missoula won.
You were a
Missoula won
favorite.
with Missoula won with the Celtics last year. Fucking Ime lost to Golden State. They blew that one." Yeah, I know. But did you see who else was on the team last year versus Ime? If Ime was the coach of last year's team, a monkey could be a fucking coach of this team and would get the job done. There's too
And
much talent.
that's the shit that pisses me off. It's like, oh, Ime lost, but Joe won. It's like, oh, the coach can't shoot for them or make the baskets for them.
Nobody
But
can tell him what to do, and he can be a game manager, and he can recognize when a good time to stop the bleeding. It drives me nuts, especially on the fucking road, when he lets the shit go and it gets down, and you just see the fucking score go down from 10 to 8 to 6 to 4 to 3, and then jumps back up to 6, but then comes down to 3, and then it just like sits in that little window where you're
but how many?
like,
But in that frame of
mhm,
in that
mhm,
collapse on the offensive side of the ball,
mhm.
there's fucking 15
Yep.
3 points attempted.
You're not doing anything at all to combat that. All you're doing is you're just chucking threes up. That's all you're doing. Just chucking them up. Chuck up threes, 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 threes. I honestly, and you said like if they were good looks, they just weren't falling. Listen, when they're not falling, they're not falling. It doesn't matter if you're the only guy in the gym. There's been times when I've gone to places, and again, I'm not comparing myself to Jason Tatum or any of these guys. I'm just comparing myself as a basketball player and as somebody that has placed a basketball in his hands and shot a ball. There's been times where I can't hit shit, and I'm the only person in the fucking gym. So it doesn't fucking matter if they're not falling. Figure out another fucking way to score.
The
What? Because
New
what?
York
Think about
Knicks,
it. Think about it. What happens if you just try to drive the ball and try to draw a foul?
the Knicks,
That's what they didn't do game one.
the like legitimately, the Knicks uh subbed Cat out for Robinson, and you had Robinson playing in the perimeter.
Mhm.
The next tallest player on the court is OG Anunoby, and then Bridges, and then Josh Hart, and then fucking
They're running.
Brunson.
They're. You're letting this team
You
run
have
circles
they
around you.
have the Knicks swap Cat for Robinson for rim protection, and the rim protector is in a defensive stance
Mhm.
at the top of the
Mhm.
fucking key.
And real quick, if Ime Udoka was the coach of this team, would this shit be happening? I don't fucking think so. people need to realize, not even Ime, any strong-willed coach with a brain, honestly, and I know he's 1,000 times better at what he does now, but give me Brad Stevens. Give me anybody. Like, give me Sam Cassell. Give me who's the we lost him to Milwaukee. He was the assistant. Forget his
Yeah.
name. I completely. I'm sorry,
I
buddy.
think he's a homer too.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure.
Give me him. Like, give me Doc back. Like, give me anybody but this fucking clown. And again, shut me up. Come back and win this series and make it about the decisions that Missoula made.
Charles
But
Lee.
there he is, Charles Lee. Thank you. Give me him because there's no way that we should have just watched what happened these past two games. With the talent that is on this team, Tingus or no Tingus, that's the thing too, and they're going to blame it because Porzingis. But you cannot blame these collapses on the fact that you don't have Porzingis out there because you are up by 20 fucking points in each game. You are
Without him.
up by 20 points in
Without him.
each fucking game. And he had no contribution. He didn't contribute. He contributed dick. And you were up by 20 without him. So I don't want to hear it about because Porzingis was hurt. Because that's what I heard in the first round. Oh, Drew Holiday's hurt. So, if they lose tonight. This team is too good, is too well put together to be doing this.
We'll
So what is the
see.
problem? When the talent is there, what is the problem? It's the
We'll,
coaching.
we'll see what they're made out of.
But I'm disgusted. I've never been so disgusted with the Celtics team. Probably
I
since
haven't.
Victor.
Yeah, I haven't
Honestly,
seen shittier basketball. I haven't been this upset in a
honestly,
long time.
this is worse than the Miami series
Yeah,
because that team, I could see it. And they had boneheads on that team,
yeah,
like
and
Grant
just
Williams.
it's
Yeah,
just
Grant Williams and Marcus Smart were two guys. I love Marcus to death. I didn't really like Grant Williams at all, but they had idiots, boneheads on that team that you're like, all right, well, if we lose, it's their fault. You know what I mean? There is not one player on this team that is a fucking bonehead. There isn't. You look at the fucking list. Tatum, Horford, Holiday, White, Brown was the starters tonight. And obviously you got Tingus. Cornette plays his role.
very
He
well.
doesn't do it. You know what I mean? Pritch, Tillman, Baylor, Torrey Craig, who
Yeah, we're not. We should be. We should be in a position where
where's he?
we should be in a position where Torrey Craig should be coming into the game situationally,
Like,
but doesn't.
do we forget that we have other guys on this team? Like, I get it. It's the playoffs, so you play your guys. This is the time for the stars to shine. But Jesus Christ, they're fucking humans. Tatum, White, and Brown, 42, 40, and 41 minutes tonight. They get tired. Humans get tired.
And obviously, mentally, they
Yeah,
you succumb to
yeah,
your thoughts
of course.
if
Of
you're
course.
having a shitty.
Exactly. So while you hit that, perfect. Yes. Like while Tatum is struggling,
I don't know what Tatum is now for the series, but his shooting percentage is not fucking pretty.
he was 5 of 19 tonight. And 7 of 23 in
I was
game
gonna
1.
say 7 last game, right? 7 of 23. 23-19.
5 of 19 tonight. So he's 12 of 42 for the series.
That's bad.
That is bad.
That's
That that
bad.
that smells.
That's
That smells really bad.
that's
That's
bad.
your star. Your star is going 12 of
That
42, right? Is that what you
is
said?
your that is a
12 of 42.
that is a first team all NBA player. First team unanimous
Mm-hmm. He had
player.
23 in game 1 and he ended up with 13 points tonight. You don't win games with Jason Tatum scoring 13 points. He had 14 rebounds.
Again, yeah, I was gonna say I know he's dominating the glass, but
But listen,
we're,
this is playoff time. We need you. We need
yeah,
you to put the ball in the hole.
put the ball in the hoop. Put the ball in the hoop.
Mm-hmm. Like I.
And I just I couldn't really understand or comprehend, and then I did have a slight issue with some of the no calls at the basket, especially for the superstars. Like I understand letting the players play, but you also gotta give the guys the calls. Like Tatum wasn't getting any calls, and Brunson wasn't getting any calls.
No.
So it's like, guys, like, come on,
Yep.
like these guys, like both Tatum and Brunson, and the Celtics have done well keeping Brunson away from the
Mm-hmm.
line. But like these are guys that get to the line,
Mm-hmm.
and,
There's just
and
there's
you're
no
not allowing them. Like
there's no adjustments either. Like there's no recognition. It's like there's zero recognition. And I do have a Missoula story. Um, can't share it at the moment. Um, but I do. If I ever am able to share it, I can share it with you off camera. Um, but it sums up perfectly what is going on right now. Um, perfectly that I know from a very very good friend source that knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Um, and I always go back to the story when shit like this goes south, and it's just like the wrong person is sitting on that sideline. That's that's the bottom line. And they
when
need to dig deep.
when we need them most as well. It's
We need them to dig deep here because if you get swept by the New York Knicks in the second round of your title defense season, that's disgusting.
there's already changes. There's already changes that are gonna be made immediately,
The
and that's just probably gonna add to it.
the only thing I'll take from this is if they lose this series, that chance, the chance of what I want to happen goes up just a little bit. But obviously, would I take a title over Cooper Flag? I would, 1,000%. And you would have to call me a fucking donkey if I didn't. But if they lose this fucking series, you better get that deal done. I don't want I don't want it to happen. I will be actively rooting and actively screaming on Saturday, stop taking threes at this TV because we all know what's going to happen. Show you have some balls, show up, and we'll know. We'll know right away.
For
You'll know in
sure.
the first 5 minutes whether they're about this. If they want to play for the city, not even the city. If they want to play, well, it's not even on the fucking front here. But if you
I
want to
would
play like
just
Red, when Red,
play for yourself.
but even so, yes, play for yourself.
Where it
But what Red did in that Celtics, what they said in that Celtics documentary, which again, you plugged it plenty of times, and I'll plug it again. The Celtics City, go check it out. It's on HBO. I know it's not a good time to, it's not the proper time to go watch something Celtics related, but you can kind of relive what used to be in the
You
city. But
you see
you
what
see the difference.
Celtics basketball is all about.
Yep.
You see what the culture that we talk about. You see why we're so passionate and
Yep.
so upset
I'm
today.
fuming. I
You
I
see,
want to find a way to put the little emoji with the fucking steam coming out of my ears
you
because
know, it's
I'm
we
hot.
know we're proud. We're proud. We're upset. You know, I
I'm not even
posted that.
upset. I'm
I posted that.
demoralized.
I posted that like meme on my story about the old man holding the
Yeah.
umbrella over the Celtics
Just because
logo.
I'm mad doesn't mean I stop caring.
Yeah,
I do that
and
all the
it's like,
time.
buddy,
I'm getting to the point where I might close up that
it's
fucking umbrella
fucking
and let you
torrential.
drown.
It's fucking torrential out here, and I am
The storm
like
is here.
it's about to start. It's about to the thunder is rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So the lightning is
Literally and
going to
figuratively.
the lightning is going to strike
Yeah.
soon.
So,
If you don't put those fucking rainbows away,
mhm.
put those fucking rainbows away, those
And
3-point shots.
just like we posted on the story about Jalen saying, that's the one thing too. You you literally said in your press conference.
Yeah, I don't
Again,
want. I don't want to
it's
hear
not
it.
just Jalen.
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
probably all of them.
I don't
You
care
literally
for
said it in
nothing.
your fucking thing.
I don't care for nothing they gotta say no
Like
more.
the words came out of your fucking mouth. Literally, you sat in front and you said them. And you just went out there and did the complete opposite of what you said you had to do. So why should I believe you? Why should we believe this team has any balls to come back in this series? Honestly, the only true reason why I believe that they can is because I never give up on my team.
Never, of course, but
And I love the
they gotta
Boston
prove it.
Celtics. I've loved them since I was 6 when I
Prove
got
it.
introduced. And I'll love them until the day I get put in the ground and past
Prove
that.
it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it.
Make
Because
me believe because right now
prove it.
I don't. Make me
Prove it.
make me believe in you. Make me proud to be a Celtics fan again because these past 2 games, not it.
We shall
Not it.
see.
But it's not the show I wanted to do.
No, but
Um,
needed to be
but
done.
it needed to be
Needed
done. So
to be done.
we're on to game 3. We're down 0-2 to the New York fucking Knicks in the second round of the title defense season. But here it is. Here comes the story. Here comes the
We'll
story.
see.
This is when that the part of the DVD that goes, you know, the turning point.
Only way to go is up.
Let's do it. So, all right. Well, I end it with what you always say. Got to do it because
Yeah,
in these
you're
times you
right.
got to believe it.
It's almost impossible to be alive, so keep
so,
going.
so Celtics, wake the fuck up and be alive. Peace.
Deuces.